7 silent habits that quietly ruin your life in old age. Welcome to Elderly Heart Talks. As we get older, we often spend so much time worrying about the big things in life, like our family or our finances, that we completely miss the small things happening right inside our own daily routines. Have you ever noticed how easily we can slip into certain habits without even thinking about them? Sometimes, these hidden habits are actually silent mistakes. Today, I want to share with you 7 specific traps that many of us naturally fall into during our later years. They do not happen overnight. They are quiet. But if we do not catch them, they can slowly take away your independence, damage your health, and drain the joy right out of your golden years. The beautiful truth is that you do not have to let that happen. Once you see these habits clearly, you have the complete power to change your path. It truly does not matter if you are in your 60s, your 70s, or your 80s. It is never too late to take control, protect your peace of mind, and live the vibrant life you absolutely deserve. Before we explore these together, please take a quick moment to let me know in the comments which city or country you are watching from today. It brings me so much joy to see our community growing all over the world. Now, let us look at the first mistake that so many of us make without even realizing it. Mistake number 1. Neglecting your health checkups. You might be sitting there thinking, I feel perfectly fine, so why should I bother going to the doctor? But here is the hard truth that we all need to accept. Feeling fine does not always mean your body is actually fine. As we age, many serious health problems develop very quietly. They do not give you any obvious symptoms until it is simply too late. Think about conditions like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, or the early stages of heart disease. Doctors often call these the silent killers for a very good reason. They can sneak into your system and cause massive damage to your internal organs long before you ever feel a single ache, pain, or moment of fatigue. Skipping your regular checkups is exactly like driving a car without ever looking at the dashboard. You will not notice the red warning lights flashing until the engine breaks down completely on the side of the road. And by then, the medical treatment becomes so much harder, and sometimes it is physically impossible to fully recover. We often hear tragic stories of people who were highly active, who enjoyed their daily walks, and who felt completely healthy. But they never visited their doctor. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, they suffer a severe heart attack or a stroke. Doctors later tell their families that their blood pressure had been dangerously high for years. If they had just gone in for a simple, routine checkup, it could have been detected early, treated easily with basic medication, and a life-threatening situation could have been entirely avoided. That is exactly how serious this mistake is. It is silent, but it is deadly. So, what should you do instead? You need to make prevention your absolute priority. You must schedule those regular health checkups even when you feel perfectly healthy. At a minimum, you should be getting your blood pressure checked, along with your cholesterol and your blood sugar levels. Follow the advice of your doctor regarding how often you need to go. Make it a normal, non-negotiable habit, just like brushing your teeth. Your body will absolutely thank you for it. Older age is not the time to take unnecessary risks with your physical health. A small investment of your time in a doctor's waiting room today can save you months or even years of pain and suffering tomorrow. Treat your body like the precious gift it is, and you will secure your health and your independence for the future. Let us move on to mistake number 2, cutting off your social connections. Many people reach retirement age and think, I have worked hard my entire life. I just want some peace and quiet now. Or they might say, I do not need to meet anyone new. I already have my family. But here is a very dangerous reality. Isolation and loneliness can quietly destroy your health and your happiness much faster than almost any physical illness. When you stop connecting with your friends, your neighbors, or your local community, both your mind and your body suffer tremendously. Studies have consistently shown that prolonged loneliness drastically increases your risk of severe depression, rapid cognitive decline, and heart disease. It can even shorten your overall life expectancy. Your social connections are exactly like vital vitamins for your brain and your heart. Without them, your daily energy fades away, your mood constantly dips, and your life can quickly start to feel incredibly dull and heavy. We often see older adults who find themselves living alone after their children move away to build their own lives. At first, they might think the quiet house is peaceful. But as the months pass, they stop calling their friends. They stop attending their local community events. Soon, their days become long, silent, and incredibly lonely. They start feeling sad, constantly tired, and even their memory begins slipping. It is not a physical illness causing this rapid decline. It is simply profound loneliness. So, what should you do instead? You must never allow yourself to become completely isolated. Make it an absolute priority to call or visit a friend at least once a week. Join a local community club, a religious group, or a hobby class. Even simple acts like warmly greeting your neighbors or having a short, friendly chat with someone at the grocery store help keep your mind actively engaged. Remember, the goal is not just about filling your time with socializing. It is about actively nourishing your mind and your heart. Your brain absolutely thrives on human interaction. Talking, laughing, sharing your stories, and even having a friendly debate keeps your mind sharp and your heart feeling secure. Loneliness can sneak in silently, just like we talked about with neglecting your health. Do not underestimate its power over you. Start small today, make one phone call, or take a short walk to the park and simply say hello to someone. You are never too old to build new friendships, and your heart desperately needs that connection to stay young. Let us move on to mistake number 3, living without purpose. Many people believe that once they reach retirement age, they have crossed the finish line. They think, I am finally retired. I have worked hard my entire life, and now I can just sit back, relax all day, and do absolutely nothing. But here is the stark reality of human nature. Living your days without a clear purpose will slowly and quietly drain your physical energy, your daily motivation, and your overall happiness. Purpose is absolutely not just for the young. It is the essential fuel for your mind and your soul at every single stage of life. When you wake up every morning without a clear reason to get out of your bed, your mind naturally begins to wander. Your mood dips, your days blend together, and you can easily start feeling incredibly empty inside. Medical studies clearly show that people who maintain a strong sense of purpose live significantly longer, have much better mental health, and even recover faster from physical illnesses. Without a purpose, you risk falling into deep depression, anxiety, or even physical decline, because your body and your mind are deeply connected. When your mind becomes inactive, your physical body quickly follows that exact same downward path. So, what should you do instead? You need to realize that finding purpose does not mean you have to start a massive, exhausting new project. Your purpose does not have to be a grand mission. It can easily be found in the beautiful, small things you choose to do every single day. You can volunteer a few hours of your time in your local community. You can teach a skill or a hobby that you have mastered to a younger generation. You can start a small garden in your backyard and nurture your plants, watching them grow day by day. Even simpler, quiet routines like keeping a daily journal, reading meaningful books, or deciding to learn something completely new can give your days wonderful direction and deep fulfillment. Purpose is like bright sunshine for your soul. It motivates you to get up, it keeps your mind incredibly sharp, and it brings immense joy to your heart. Remember, your purpose does not have an age limit. It only requires your willingness to live fully and intentionally. Let us move on to mistake number 4. Ignoring your mental health. This is an incredibly sensitive topic, and it is one that touches so many of us. I know that many of you watching right now come from a generation that was taught to be tough. You were taught to carry your burdens quietly, to never complain, and to always put the needs of your family first. Because of this deep sense of responsibility, it is so common for older adults to hide their deep sadness, their daily anxieties, or their quiet fears right behind a brave, reassuring smile. You do not want to become a burden to your children, so you simply suffer in silence. I truly understand why you do this, and I know it comes from a place of deep love. But please listen to me carefully. Ignoring your mental health is a massive mistake that will quietly ruin your quality of life. Your mind is the absolute engine of your body. When you push down feelings of heavy depression or constant anxiety, those emotions do not just disappear. They physically manifest in your body. They steal your sleep. They destroy your appetite. They weaken your immune system. And they can even make your physical pain feel significantly worse. You must remember that your mental health is exactly as important as your physical health. You would not ignore a broken arm, and you absolutely must not ignore a struggling mind. Admitting that you feel overwhelmed, lonely, or depressed is not a sign of weakness. It is actually one of the most profound acts of courage you can take. What you should do instead is give yourself the permission to be human. Speak about your feelings, talk to a trusted friend, open up to your family members, or seek the gentle guidance of a professional counselor. There is absolutely zero shame in asking for emotional support. You have spent your entire life taking care of everyone else around you. Now, it is time to bravely take care of yourself, and that includes protecting the peace, the joy, and the health of your beautiful mind. Let us move on to mistake number 5. Holding on to grudges or the past. When you reach this stage of life, it is completely natural to have a past filled with both beautiful memories and incredibly painful moments. You might currently be holding on to deep anger toward a family member, a former friend who betrayed you, or a situation that was profoundly unfair decades ago. You might feel completely justified in your anger, and the truth is, you probably are. You were hurt, and that pain was very real. But here is the tragic reality of holding on to those old grudges. The person who hurt you has likely moved on with their life, but you are still carrying that heavy, toxic weight inside your own body every single day. The emotional burden of old wounds does not just stay in your mind. It actively erodes your physical health right now, in the present moment. Medical research clearly shows that holding on to chronic anger and bitter resentment keeps your nervous system in a constant state of high stress. It causes severe insomnia because your mind cannot rest at night. It dangerously raises your blood pressure, and it puts an enormous, constant strain on your heart. By holding on to a grudge, you are literally allowing an unfair event from the past to destroy your health and your peace in the present. So, what should you do instead? You need to make the conscious, brave decision to let it go. Forgiveness is a concept that is often profoundly misunderstood. Forgiving someone does not mean you agree with what they did, and it certainly does not mean you have to invite them back into your life. Forgiveness is not for the other person at all. It is entirely for you. It is the ultimate act of cutting the heavy chain that ties you to your pain. When you finally release that deep anger, you will immediately feel a physical difference. Your shoulders will drop, your breathing will deepen, and your heart will finally be free to enjoy the peace you so deeply deserve in your golden years. Choose your own peace and your own health over the need to hold on to the past. Let us move on to mistake number 6. Not staying physically active. Many people reach their golden years and naturally assume that it is time to simply rest. You might think that exercise is only for the young, or you might avoid moving too much because you are afraid of injuring yourself. So, you end up spending most of your day sitting in a chair or resting on the couch. But here's the biological reality that you absolutely must understand. The human body is designed to move, and when you stop using it, you rapidly lose it. Physical inactivity is the absolute fastest way to surrender your lifelong independence. When you stop moving regularly, your muscles shrink and lose their power, your bones weaken, and your joints become incredibly stiff and painful. This creates a highly dangerous situation because it drastically increases your risk of losing your balance. As we all know, a simple fall in your later years can cause a devastating fracture, leading to a permanent loss of your mobility and your freedom. What you should do instead is completely change your definition of exercise. You absolutely do not need to join a gym, lift heavy weights, or push yourself to the point of exhaustion. You simply need to keep your body's engine running. Gentle, consistent movement is the true fountain of youth. Taking a daily walk for 20 or 30 minutes in the fresh air, doing some light stretching in your living room every morning, or practicing basic balance exercises will beautifully protect your physical future. These simple, daily activities keep your joints lubricated, preserve your essential muscle mass, and keep you steady and confident on your feet. Do not let your body rust from the inside out. Choose to keep moving, and you will fiercely protect your independence for many years to come. Let us move on to our final point today. Mistake number 7. Refusing to learn new things. Many people reach their later years and adopt a very dangerous mindset. They tell themselves, "I am simply too old to learn anything new," or they believe that their brain just does not work the way it used to. Because of this limiting belief, they completely stop challenging their minds. They stick to their exact same daily routines, and they actively refuse to engage with anything unfamiliar, especially modern technology. But here is the scientific reality that you absolutely must understand. Your brain acts very much like a physical muscle. When you stop exercising it with new information, it rapidly loses its strength, its flexibility, and its cognitive sharpness. Refusing to learn new things is the absolute fastest way to accelerate the aging process of your mind. It leads to faster memory loss, daily confusion, and a deep, lonely sense of feeling completely disconnected from the world around you. So, what should you do instead? You need to deliberately spark your natural curiosity every single day. You must challenge your brain to build new connections. This does not mean you have to go back to a formal classroom. It simply means stepping slightly outside of your daily comfort zone. Try learning the basic features of a new smartphone or a computer tablet so you can easily video call your grandchildren. Try picking up a completely new hobby, reading about a historical topic you know nothing about, or even playing a new puzzle game. Keep your mind actively engaged. Stay wildly curious about the beautiful world around you, and your intellect will remain sharp, clear, and vibrant for the rest of your life. My friends, we have now thoroughly covered all 7 of the fatal mistakes that can quietly ruin your life in your later years. I want you to take a moment right now and really look at this current stage of your life. So many people in our society view growing older as a slow decline, or they mistakenly see it as the end of the road. I want you to completely change that perspective starting today. This is absolutely not the end. This is the beautiful, hard-earned harvest season of your entire life. Think about everything you have done to get to this exact moment. You have spent 30, 40, or even 50 years waking up early, rushing to work, managing a household, paying the bills, and constantly putting the needs of everybody else far ahead of your own needs. You have navigated countless stressful challenges. You have weathered terrible storms, and you have survived every single difficult day that life has ever thrown at you. You have done the heavy lifting. You have absolutely earned the right to step back, to breathe deeply, and to enjoy a peaceful, healthy life right now. It is your turn to be taken care of, and that care must begin with your own daily choices. But how do you actually do that in a practical, realistic way? You do not need to make massive, exhausting, or expensive changes to your lifestyle. True health and lasting peace of mind are built through very small, ordinary daily habits. I want to share 6 highly practical, everyday actions that you can start doing tomorrow morning. These actions will immediately improve your physical health, boost your energy, and spark a new sense of joy in your daily routine. Action number 1. Tomorrow morning, before you drink your coffee or eat your breakfast, drink 1 full glass of warm water. Why is this so critical? As we age, our bodies naturally lose their ability to retain moisture, and we often do not even realize we are severely dehydrated until we feel dizzy, confused, or exhausted. Drinking warm water first thing in the morning gently wakes up your internal organs. It flushes out the toxins that have built up overnight. It lubricates your stiff joints, and it kickstarts your digestive system for the rest of the day. It is the easiest, cheapest health routine in the world. Action number 2. Make it a daily habit to step outside for just 10 to 15 minutes to sit or walk in the morning sunlight. We often spend far too much time trapped indoors. Morning sunlight is biologically essential for your aging body. When natural light hits your eyes and your skin, it signals your brain to produce serotonin, which naturally boosts your mood and fights off feelings of depression. It also helps your body produce vital vitamin D, which you absolutely need to keep your bones strong and prevent dangerous falls. Action number 3. Once a week, perhaps on a Saturday or a Sunday. Pick up your phone and call an old friend or a family member. Do not just send a text message. Actually call them. As we discussed earlier, isolation is a silent killer. Hearing a familiar human voice, sharing a simple story, or having a warm laugh together actively stimulates your brain. It reminds you that you are part of a community. You do not need a special reason to call. Simply saying hello is enough to nourish your heart and theirs. Action number 4. Commit to taking a slow, 15 or 20-minute walk after your evening meal. After dinner, it is incredibly tempting to just sit straight down in your favorite chair and watch television for the rest of the night. But sitting immediately after eating causes poor digestion and makes your blood sugar levels spike dangerously high. A gentle walk around your neighborhood, or even just pacing around your garden, helps your body properly process the food you just ate. It prevents uncomfortable indigestion, keeps your blood sugar perfectly stable, and clears your mind from the daily clutter before nighttime. Action number 5. Turn off your television and put away your phone at least 1 hour before you go to sleep. Instead of staring at a screen, read exactly 10 pages of a good book. Television screens and smartphones emit a harsh, artificial blue light that tricks your brain into thinking it is still daytime. This completely ruins your ability to fall into a deep, restorative sleep. Reading a physical book quietly exercises your cognitive muscles, slows down your breathing, and perfectly prepares your nervous system for a full night of heavy, uninterrupted rest. Action number 6. Every single night, right before you close your eyes, think of 3 specific, simple things that you are truly grateful for that day. It could be the fact that you had a warm meal, that the weather was beautiful, or simply that you woke up without pain. As we age, it is very easy to focus on what hurts or what is missing. Forcing your brain to identify 3 positive things completely shifts your mental focus away from your daily worries. It allows you to end your day on a calm, victorious note, ensuring that you fall asleep with a peaceful heart. These 6 actions cost absolutely nothing. They are entirely ordinary, realistic choices, but their value to your long-term health, your physical independence, and your emotional peace of mind is truly priceless. They are the exact tools you need to avoid the fatal mistakes we talked about today. Before we finish our time together, I want to ask you something. Which of the 7 mistakes we discussed today surprised you the most? Or perhaps, which of the 6 daily actions are you going to try tomorrow morning? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. I read every single comment, and your experiences truly inspire our entire community. If you found this conversation helpful, please subscribe to Elderly Heart Talks. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our future chats. And share this video with a friend or a family member who might really need to hear this message today. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Take excellent care of your beautiful health. Fiercely protect your peace of mind, and I will see you in our next video.